So guys, Integrity Tom here. So today in this video, we're going to be playing some RuneScape. It's one of my favorite games, and I hope you guys enjoy. Really appreciate the subs. We are 95 away, or actually 94 away, something like that. I think we're at 905 or 906. I think 906 right now. Hopefully no one on subs by while I record this, but yeah, man. 906 subscribers being 94 away, it seems like a dream that never really was to come true, having 4-digit subscribers, like, 4-figure subs. So, man, I really appreciate you guys and everything you've been doing. But yeah, enjoy the video. And if you want to become a member, you'll pretty much just get shout outs every video. I could just shout you out and talk about maybe your videos, and just kind of draw some attention to your channel if you make videos, or just kind of shout you out in appreciation for what you've been doing. If y'all want to, I hate to advertise, but I just, you know what I mean? If I think of like monetary things, I'm like, hey, let's bring it up. And then the roast pass, if you want to roast me or whatever, that's the thing, and not get blocked, pay $1 a month roast pass. It's funny because I don't think anyone's willing to pay $1 to make a shitty comment. I get to question yourself. I just think it's pretty funny. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching and enjoy the video.
Yo, what is up, guys? So today we're playing some RuneScape. Pretty much I'm just going to be going over some basic gameplay. There are a few crashes in between, and I guess the first thing I want to mention is that I'm basically pushing this phone to its limit, and I'm not allowing any processor fluctuation. So when there is a ton of heat, unfortunately the phone suffers. It does have a fan, but sometimes that can't even stop throttling or things like that. So I turn on Diablo mode, and then I just made sure, as I guess on the beginning, that the 120 hertz refresh lock was set. So if you ever want to play RuneScape with me, recently all my accounts got deleted. I tried to cancel it because I had originally done it because I wanted to just focus on my Iron Man, but realized that I was like, damn, I don't really want to cancel or, delete all these accounts, but RuneScape did it anyway, so we are hitting that reset button on these, but that's fine because I do like the grind of RuneScape in general. And so yeah, as you can see your boy in the reflection. So we're in Lumbridge. I decided to do some fishing, but I wanted to show you guys just the graphical settings real quick. If you want to pause and kind of check those out as I scroll through them, I believe I do. I don't know if I do or not, but let's see here. Yeah, so I kind of look through them. You can pause, see, like, this is basically all the max settings you can get on Android. And then I go into these settings as well, just to show you that I'm maxed out here too. So imagine like RuneScape's graphics pushed in-app and then external software pushing it, so with everything maxed. So that's kind of what you're getting. So you're going to get a lot of good performance, but when it hits like heat spikes, you're going to get some crashes. I only had 2 drops. I had one crash throughout the entire thing, and I'd say it's pretty good for an hour. And this isn't normal. This is just because I like pushing the graphics to their very end. And that just happens when you do an experimental thing with the device, like, not allowing any processor fluctuation. So obviously I was fishing's for some trout. I am trying to get that fishing level up because I do want to get to that dock. They're not the dock, but there's like a deep sea fishing hub thing where you can catch like jellyfish, you can catch like sharks, sailfish, things like that. And that's something I really enjoyed doing, for sure. So yeah, that was that. I definitely ended up cutting some wood just to show you guys some. Oh, actually, no, never mind. I do believe I do that later on, though. That's for sure. So yeah, we're out here catching some trout. As you can see, your boy has that. What do we call it? That 99 prayer cape. It's because I was pretty much grinding. I just literally bought bonds with real money, unfortunately, because I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna buy these, get the money so I can get my max stats back as fast as possible. So I bought bonds, exchanged them for cash, and then I basically bought frost dragon bones. I used burial powder, and then I used some juju prayer potion. Basically what that does is it's just gonna take your XP from those frost dragon bones from like, I think it's like 130 or 150. It takes it all the way to 630, and then the burial powder and the juju potion do that. And then if you stand in the most popular server in the Grand Exchange, usually people have like cinder cores, and those explode and give people XP boosts around you. And so because I don't have those, I had a ton of them, but unfortunately lost it. But yeah, because I didn't have those, Essentially, I was kind of relying on other people, but they did that. So I ended up getting instances where it was like 750 XP per bone burial. So it only took me like maybe like 6 to 7 hours, which seems like a lot, but for a skill from 1 to 99, like if you think about it, like when you hit 92, it's halfway, which is weird because you think 50 would be halfway, but no, in terms of XP, 52 is halfway. So all the XP, which in its total, it has to be like 58 to 60 million. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's way less than that, but some kind of lengthy amount of XP that takes a long time, a lot of clicking, and yeah. So I was able to do that, but yeah, when you hit 92, it's halfway, and then past 92 to 99, it's the same amount of XP you just did, so it does take a while. It is a bit of a grind, but yeah, we got that 99 prayer cape. I am currently 60-something in crafting, but I wanted to do something like fishing. My fishing level is pretty low right now as I just started, but I've been playing this for like the past few days, and I just figured it'd be something good to share. If you guys can deal with the screen shifting, I do apologize. I kind of get lost in the game, and unfortunately, because I do that, it makes the game, or pretty much puts the phone in an uncomfortable position. But if you pay attention to the middle, or at least like the character, hopefully it's a little bit more bearable, and I do apologize for that. But yeah, so there was like this weird noise, and I realized it was because I got a charge bow, and like obviously that's like not good for most people who are max, but for me at this level, I'm only having only having bronze arrows, which is like the first kind of like metal you can work with. Only having bronze arrows and literally just like a short bow. This was a nice step up. As you can see here, though, quickly I do progress a level, and it does tell me to stop using it. So, yeah, essentially. But this is the classic cow field. I don't know if you guys remember playing RuneScape back in the day, but when I played, there was, the information you had was there wasn't really a vast amount of information, if that makes sense. Or at least, like, I didn't know, being in 3rd grade, to, like, look that stuff up. So what you had when you were playing was you had word of mouth from your friends. So, like, information my friends told me were, oh, was this. So, like, I mean, you also just saw what other people were doing to gain levels. So I was just farming cows, man. I was just killing cows in that field. And the other thing was like selling cow hides. That was something that people told you to do, burying bones, selling cow hides and cooking the meat. So you could pretty much level up cooking. You could level up, and you could make money, and then you could do prayer as well. But fortunately, there are guides now, so you pretty much just can, you pretty much can just get a lot of XP pretty quickly in each category because there's guides out on how to do it. But yeah, back in the day, it was pretty much like roulette. But yeah, I wanted to go to Drainer Village because I want to show you guys just like how great the game looks when it's dark out. You know what I mean? I like how the sky and everything transitions. I just like how it transitions. Like I like how it goes from light to dark, and it looks really good. You'll see some purple in the sky over there too. I just think it looks like really, really, really stellar. As you can see, I do try to hit, I'm killing this knight obviously, but as you'll see, excuse me, yeah, but as you'll see, as I guess like, time goes on, you'll see me switching between the light and the dark, just to kind of trying to catch a middle, like a sunset almost, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't really work out, but yeah, here I'm doing some divination. My divination levels are low, but the reason I'm doing divination is because, one, it unlocks invention, and an invention allows you to augment armor. And augmenting armor, and you can do it with like ranged armor, I think magic armor, and yeah, but it basically gives your armor perks. So like, and a perk would be like, if you played Call of Duty, you understand what like a perk is. It basically just like allows you to like have a certain enhancement and certain skills. So that's essentially what augmenting armor does. But yeah, so you need 80 to get invention, right? You need 80 divination, crafting, and I believe I don't remember what the third one is, but there are 3 skills. It might be, I think it's smithing, and smithing is obviously just making armor. So you need 80 smithing, 80 crafting, and 80 divination, then you can get invention. But another reason I'm doing it is because I can craft those are so for fishing you can get something called fishing urns, right? And I probably could have mentioned this earlier, but here we are. Off topic as hell. But regardless, so you can get something called fishing urns, and you can get a necklace. This is so nerdy if you guys don't play this game. But like it's so nerdy. But it's like I'm obviously a big nerd anyway, so it's fine, I guess, right? But there's like a Grace of the Elves necklace, I believe it's called. And so what that does is it's going to send the fishing urns to the bank for you. So you essentially can fish and fish and fish, and you don't have to go back and forth. But this is something that's like later on, because I need like level 86 or some kind of high, or 68, some high level. No, 68's for the fishing platform, but that's what I'm working for fishing. But basically, you just need some high level of crafting to be able to add a water rune to the urn, essentially. And that's how you make it. So you have to have a water rune inside of the urn, and then it allows you to store fish in there. And then from there, the divination, that aspect, so that's what the crafting does, right? That's what I was working towards crafting. And then the divination portion allows you to get these things called, they're called porters. So it's like a porter of, I think it's like porter of the something. Porter of the, basically whatever it's called, it allows you to send the urns. So yeah, so you can basically just fish and collect fish nonstop. And yeah, and so that's something that I'm working towards being able to do. If that sounded complicated, and it's like, how do you know that? I recently just kind of discovered this stuff over the last year. But yeah, that's like a quality of life thing. And then when you're done fishing, like you can get something called, it's either like a elven ring or ring of the elf. I don't know. It's something like that, but it's a ring that allows you to teleport directly to the Grand Exchange. If you don't know what the Grand Exchange is, the Grand Exchange is basically like this. It's like a stock market almost, right? So there's a stock market that pays attention to it, but it's a big market. So you can go in there and you can pretty much buy everything in the game. And yeah, if you wonder, this is random and off topic, but I do have an Iron Man. And Iron Man basically makes it so you can't use the Grand Exchange, and you can't trade with other players. So that makes the game very difficult. And I was running an Iron Man for a while, but I realized like post-game content with an Iron Man has to be pretty boring. Like it's obviously going to be a grind to finish the game, but if I can't even like buy and sell things, like that's like something that's pretty enjoyable. Like one thing Iron Man does is it teaches you, that I will give it credit to, is it teaches you where you can find certain things in the game, because you can't rely on the Grand Exchange to get it. Because with quests before the Grand Exchange, you had to go find everything, but now with the Grand Exchange, you just rely on other people finding it, selling it to the Grand Exchange for money that you spend on them to get the items you need for the quest. And you can literally use quest guides, but imagine not being able to do that. That's an Iron Man experience, and it makes it way more fun, to be honest. Apologies for the dip screen again. Kind of not paying attention to that. But yeah, here's what I was talking about, and the lag is upcoming too. So if you guys were wondering when that is, as you can see, there's already frame skips, but here is where the game basically crashes. You'll see it freezes. This won't happen to you if you're not pushing the phone to its very limits. And everybody, I feel like every Apple fan goes, "Do you see look Android's laggy, bro?" I have every max setting, and then I'm quadrupling all of the max settings. So as you can see how much was boosted on this, the fact that it's running really smoothly is obviously because of the settings, but it's going to cause some heat, and the fan can only do so much. But if you keep the settings on like high, but you don't kill it, I mean, all you really need to do is not set it on the max settings like I did for a long time. Like before you do this, it even warns you. So I mean, yeah, so I can't even do that because my divination level is super low. If you don't have bonus XP, divination is a dread. It takes so long, bro. It's like the XP per hour is garbage, and there's not much you can do about it. But yeah, obviously it allows me to attune charge the Grace of the Elves things, which allows me to ship the urns, or the fishing urns, which holds fish. So you don't have to bank every time, because if you see, there's only 28 spaces, but imagine the amount of fishing you can do and level gains and everything you can do when you don't have to go back and forth. And fortunately, it sort of explained it to me when I was mid-game. It was like, how do you guys keep fishing like going back because I'm the only one that seems to be going and dropping all the fish in the deep sea fishing hub. If you ever been there, there's like big nets and they're like basically bank deposit boxes, so you can just deposit everything in your inventory and do it again. But obviously no one's running back and forth, so it's curious. But yeah, also if you notice the ground, like I don't know if you haven't played this in a while, if you notice the ground like looks super good. Like it's just, that was a new graphical update that they did with the ground and it looks super realistic. Like the textures are amazing in this game. Yeah, here's where I start a quest. I wanted to show you guys maybe just kind of like a different environment, like a snowy environment. And I get to the most annoying part of the quest, which is like this ice skating directional part. I just accidentally closed it, but I realized I'm like, man, I don't want to spend time doing this. But because this is more just a device demonstration. But yeah, so here also you see me struggling big time in the beginning. But yeah, so it's like it's like a snowy environment. You got like your pine trees, you got your snow. Like I said 100 times, you got like the dusk or like the nighttime sky. You get this teeny little individual named Violet. Yeah, I'm thinking, man, I want to go up, and then I realized, oh wait, that's the wrong way. I don't know why it rotated me around. Maybe I rotated myself, didn't realize it, but yeah, like how the hell am I supposed to dodge this, bro? Like I was just like, bro. So they're on mobile, like I can see why people like, would prefer PC in this moment. That's why, like, the game originally was like a clicking game. There's no real delay. I feel like there's like some delay you get with tapping, and that's why people prefer the computer for combat. This obviously can do combat when it comes to PvP type stuff. When it comes to PvP type stuff, you really want a PC, but I mean this thing obviously gets the job done. And I'm not obviously getting the job done because clearly it's going, it's going. Yeah, this was annoying. I'm like, how is this girl making these giant snowballs, bro? Like, what? Like, how, bro? How does this person do this? That's the real question, is how do they do this? I believe this is where maybe I get to the top, but yeah, maybe not. I don't know. It's nope. Look at like a little close up with it. I think the game realizes like, man, this guy's really struggling, so we're gonna make it easier without giving him an option. But yeah, not that easy because clearly we don't pass it. I'm sure you want to skip through this part. I don't blame you. Yeah, maybe I could just get that walk through wall. Cheap shot, bro. Like this reminds me of, so I don't know if you guys have played SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, but in the Jellyfish Fields map, if you've recently played Contractors, actually a VR shooter game, there's a Jellyfish Fields map, which is honestly pretty sick, playing SpongeBob Zombies. That's off topic but kick ass. But yeah, that map basically has a part where, if you notice like the part where there's like steps up to the top, they have these like spike ball things that drop down and they like bounce, and it's a lot like this. So it's a very similar experience. This is what this reminded me of. But yeah, you finally make it to the top. One thing I do enjoy about this game is that for quests, it's not just like go kill certain X amount like in World of Warcraft, for instance. Like there's more to the story than just like text and slaying monsters. Like for instance, like they have like creative text. I'm just skipping through it, but they have like creative text, you know what I'm saying, per mission, everything's different. Like I had to dodge snowballs, like giant snowballs. And then here you're gonna see me go in here and I have to like knock on the door and I have to convince these Yetis to let me in. Like, bro, what kind of quest is this? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a sick ass quest is what it is. But yeah, so as you can see, you gotta knock again. It's like, so you got choices, you know what I'm saying? Knock again, who's there? Tech review, Tom, YouTube, add your boy. We could play some RuneScape together. That's what I've been doing recently. But yeah, so stop teasing the visitor. Come in, dearie out of the cold. Yada yada yada. in my head I thought Yeti. It's like I can't say that out loud, but I just did. It's fine. But yeah, so there's Violet again, a little human. I get tired. It's been a not so long day. But yeah, like I said, I mean, like, look, this is like a really creative quest. It's like in a different little realm they made. Like, it's, you know, it's like winter time. It's like a whole winter festival thing you eventually get to. You don't see me doing this because I was like realizing this video was an hour long, and we're just trying to show performance here, and also performance in my speech. As you can see, whatever that mouth mess up was, that would be the equivalent of that glitch where the game crashed earlier. But don't worry, if you don't max this thing out like to a dangerous level, you can run Rise mode just fine. It's not dangerous. You're not going to damage your phone. Your phone's going to be fine. It warns you of that, but realistically, you're just going to be crashing with games. But yeah, so but it was funny, man. Like, people were wondering if the fan like does something, and it really does. Like, it really helps. Like, it really makes a difference. But one thing I love about RuneScape Mobile is it was such a seamless transition. The game didn't have to be reworked at all. Like, because it was click-based, bro, they could bring literally the full game into like into the setup. Like, you know what I mean? And that's just crazy to me. Yo, I'm gonna be right back because I got 15%. Sorry, y'all. And we are back, y'all. As you can see, a little bit of time has passed, but yeah, I was clicking through. I had to find like a toy train. This is something too, like, you have to find toys for this person inside their house. Like, that's like such a creative thing. Like, RuneScape does things that I feel like other games just don't do. Like, no game would make a quest where you have to take this, you know, you have to like find this person and then convince like the Yeti parents to allow you to take her to some like winter thing. Like, that being a quest. Like, this is just one example, and all the quests are like creative. Another one is like, it's as simple as like a sheep shearer one, where literally you just, and this was like back in like the dawn of the game, like in 2001 when this game first came out. I think it was earlier in 2001, I don't know, but early on, when I think it was like 1998, or I don't remember I don't know exactly when this game came out, but it came out like forever ago. But yeah, that was early, but that literally requires you to just like, you like cut a sheep, you cut sheep wool, and you have to go spin it and then give it to this guy, and he's like, it's not a quest, it's a job. You know what I mean? They could just, oh wow, yeah, here is a really bad angle, and I apologize for that. I noticed how bad it is, and I do sort of correct it, but yeah, apologies on the phone not being censored again. If it is annoying, I do apologize. But yeah, I'm looking for these toys right now. I kind of was like lost. I was like, where is the toy whatever? Like, there's no toy train. Like, but I guess it was something with a T. But I was looking directly for a toy train. I was like, maybe she like left it out here. But it also doesn't seem to be that way. So healthy. Nice. Yeah, so here's where I find the toy lion. And then she accepts it. You have to find 5 different things. But yeah, it's like fun playing like I Spy with like a kid in this game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's kind of cool. Kid that has the Yeti bear. It's like what? And they have this like whole little like elaborately designed house. Like, it's just it's a cozy feeling quest, man. You know. And this was around Christmas time, and I was like, this is such a cool like Christmas thing. It wasn't a Christmas event, but it was pretty sick. Like, you know, and this is just something that this game offers that nothing else does. They even updated textures in here. Like if you look at look at the dirt back there. Like look how it has like a depth to it. Like that's something really sick. Like that you don't really see in a lot of games. Like or at least like the new textures. Like they made a visual of the dirt, making it look like felt. Like that is crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's really, really impressive, and they're slowly updating every area in the game. It's a slow process, of course. I think the next thing you're gonna do is maybe change the perspective on buildings, because the nice texture doesn't really line up too well with the old looking buildings. And I think that's like the next thing they're gonna do. But you know, RuneScape was crapped on for their graphics over the years, and but you can still get the shitty graphics with old school, and they're charming. Like no other game looks like RuneScape. No other game has quests like RuneScape, man. RuneScape is such a good game, and I remember being so embarrassed to say that I played this game, but then there's like millions of people who play, or more than that, honestly, more than millions. But there's so many people that play, that enjoy the game, so it's just like, you know, growing up, people called it Gayscape. Apologies if that offends you. I don't want to offend you. So sorry about that. But that's what they called it back in the day for when we were kids. Like that's just, and that was literally not that, but it was to make fun of like people who played it. It wasn't anything to do with being gay. You know what I'm saying? And obviously if you're about that, good shit. But I remember just being like roasted about it. And I played this game called Wizard 101 too, and like that, man, that was super embarrassing, bro. That was I thought it was over, bro. I thought any chance of friendships and stuff, bro, that was so embarrassing. My God, okay. Like, how do you tell people you play that shit? I'm still embarrassed, like, at 28. Bruh. Okay, anyway. Yes, I got socks here. I think she wanted a scarf. I believe that this is, I believe this is the one with the scarf. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, so I find this scarf here. It's pretty freaking great, dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we got all 5 items, and then we're on the way. And this next part, I want to give you guys like an authentic experience that, to where I'm like, there's a lot of time elapsed in between. I'm not just sitting here cutting to, you know, the time where I figure something out, unless it takes like forever. And you'll see something up, I guess like up and coming that does take me forever, but I do eventually figure it out. But yeah, I just kind of. But like, for instance, like you saw it crash earlier, but like, look, like I'm playing this thing for an hour, and all it takes is like you swipe the app out and you restart it, and it gets back to normal. And like now, look, it's fine. I don't even know if I have advanced options checked or not, but excuse me. Regardless, yeah. So obviously, like go on an adventure. Can't believe I'm going to the Yeti Festival. And I try to keep it like, I tried to get my account looking like it used to, so like that's like the clothes I had originally on. I don't think I had a tattered shirt, but yeah, but also the rainbow boots, bruh. Like, what's good, dog? Yeah, so you had to pick up a bucket here, and I was like just trying to figure out what to do. Like I was tapping now. I was like, man, what do I do here? I never noticed the fireflies that popped out. Like I don't know why I didn't notice that, but like I never did. I was like, what am I supposed to be doing here? You know what I mean? Because and like they're all right there. Like I don't even know how I didn't see that. It's like hindsight's 2020 apparently. Like there was literally so many of these things floating around. Had no idea. Because to me it looked like snow, man. Like it's green a little bit, but to me it was just like I thought it was just snow dropping. So I was thinking like, man, do I use the bucket on the tree? But apparently you have to make some kind of like little tube thing that extracts the syrup from the tree. And it's like a winch, maybe, I think that's what they call it or something. But yeah, eventually I do figure out you have to make like the winch. You shove it in the tree, and then the tree gets the syrup, and then what you're supposed to do, which takes me a long time to figure out, you're supposed to take the syrup, put it on trees over there, because like the whole goal is to light the path so that there's light. So you have to collect fireflies, right? And then what you do is you put the syrup from the maple tree on the trees over there, and then the fireflies are attracted to it, and then you have a lit path so you can move past it. But it does take me a while to figure this out. But yeah, one thing I'm really like, the thing about losing all my accounts in a way is like it gives me that feeling of, man, I like want to get to the top again. Because once you're at the top, bro, I was literally like 5 skills away from being maxed in every skill. Like, and I'm talking like close, not 120s, but at least 99s. And like that, yeah, that took forever, you know what I mean? It also took a long time of me not doing any kind of skills and just doing quests and stuff. But yeah, definitely a bummer to lose those accounts. But at the same time, like, it gives me that feeling of like having to do everything over again, which sucks to be honest. But it does give me that luster to get to the top again, and that's something that I really enjoy. With this being my main account, it's like I kind of take it more seriously. My combat level is super low right now. I'm trying to get skills up, like like I said, crafting, divination, and fishing, because I want to get to that top. I want to get to the fishing platform, and I want to be able to send away this and that. You know what I'm saying? And like, it'd be nice to, because fishing is such like a chill skill. You know what I mean? It's like really relaxed. Like, I just like I love like the little like sounds like the water and things like that. And you hear like seagulls around out the platform, and it's really nice. Like I love like the fact that I can't go there anymore, and now I have to grind a character back to it, and then it's gonna feel really good when I can finally get back there again. 68 fishing is doable, and if you're wondering how to get to I guess like a fast way is you want to go to Berthorpe, and you want to go to that starter fishing spot. So once you finish the starter fishing spot, you essentially will then go to Lumbridge and fish like where I showed you guys where you go, and you fish from that to maybe 48, and then you can do barbarian fishing. And then barbarian fishing also allows you to like have this tab method, which makes you fish way faster, and you want to do that to 68. And then when you hit 68, you can finally go to the fishing platform, or 68 at least. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it allows you to get into the fishing guild, which then allows you to get 2 more levels if you just work at it, and then you get to the platform. But that thing is like a goal, man. It's really awesome. It's because it's fun. You know what I mean? It's like this whole time you're not able to catch any like cool fish, but then all of a sudden you can catch jellyfish, like manta rays, stingrays, or manta rays, stingray, same thing. You can catch sharks. You know what I'm saying? You can catch sailfish. You can catch pike. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of like kind of interesting fish you can catch that seems so out of reach because they were in like level 90s, and then you're finally able to do it, and it's like, bro, like, yes, finally, like, it's like all the hard work paid off. Like that, this is like the one game, I mean, not anymore, but originally the intent was that you're rewarded with more of the game. The more you play the game, the more you unlock in the game. You know what I'm saying? It's a classic kind of like RPG style concept that they really made overall. Like you know what I mean? You can't play certain quests unless you beat certain quests. So you have to, you know what I'm saying? You do them in order, and then you unlock more quests. And it's like same thing with leveling. Like you can't do everything like with cooking, where you can cook. You can cook like cocktails. You can cook like weird. There's like a baked potato cake. Weird shit. Like you can cook like anything, man. You can cook different types of cake. Your boy is fucking hungry for some sugar because I've been trying to eat healthy, and that's what that is. Yeah, but also fuck diet drinks, bro. That sucralose shit, terrible for you. So yeah, no, off topic, but yeah, no. I'm trying to drop sugar altogether, so it's been a rough one, boys. Yeah, I think this might be maybe where I figure out about the fireflies. I don't know if I do or not, but it does seem be a bit difficult. Like, just a bit, you know what I mean? Also, I don't know if, because this is over an hour, or it's under an hour, I use Adobe, like, podcast. It's not directly Adobe Podcast, because something else, but within it, it's like Adobe, basically it just compresses sound that is not direct speech, so it literally makes my videos sound super professional, and it's like I don't really have to do anything like specifically to my audio. Just put it through there and it processes it and it's done. And like I think that hopefully is something you guys have been enjoying with the videos. Like hopefully they sound much better, and because like they seem more pleasurable to at least like watch on my end. Yeah, sorry about the tilt again, that's really bad. But if you just, it's super annoying, but if, you ignore it, it doesn't get any better. But yeah, I'm still struggling, bro. We out here still struggling. See, I don't even see the firefly, bro. What am I doing, man? See, oh, there it is. Yep, see, boom. We figured it out, man. And I'm like, oh, sick. Okay, so use firefly. This is something about Violet. So, right, so I'm going to go over to Violet. I think she eats it. So that's great. But eventually I do have to catch 10 fireflies, which, it takes no time at all. And then eventually you see your boy building snowman. Like, this is a fun quest. You know what I mean? Like, and then you can level up your construction level. Like, that's something too you can do is like, it's obviously not like smacking it with a hammer like with specific controls, but you can level up construction. You can build a house. You can like do that. Like, there's so many skills in this game. They have necromancy coming out soon. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff coming out. Necromancy, obviously, like, they gotta say, like, obviously everybody associates like evil stuff with necromancy, like this raising the dead, but in either these, like, in this case of the game, it's good because you raise like the dead and even old enemies to fight for you for the good of something. So it's like, taking a negative, turn it to a positive. And I feel like that's like what this game does too. It's like has a lot of like quirky kind of positives, and it's really cool. And like there's something about this game too, man. When I play it, and you guys can actually see the screen. Bruh, I'm sorry, y'all. This is so bad. But like there's just something about it, man. There's something about this game. When I'm feeling stressed or whatever, I just start playing this game, man, and I can get lost in this game. You know what I mean? It gets boring after a while. Like, starts getting real tedious, so I do take breaks. Like how there's a new Call of Duty mobile season that dropped today. I have that season pass thing, so I always get access to the new like skill track. But this is the thing that this game has, but like before that, DLC used to be so different. Like, I remember when map packs came out, bro, that was so sick. Like, like in Call of Duty, for instance, where you had 5 new maps, and man, I'm getting annoyed with my terrible screen posture, man. Oh my god, fucking dude. If you're feeling annoyed, I apologize, but yeah, it used to be like maps. Like, I remember like there was like the stimulus pack where you had like you had maps like Storm, which was like it was like Storm, and then you had like, what else did you have? I think they brought in the stimulus pack, I think they actually brought Crash to Modern Warfare 2, which was sick because I had never played Crash until then. But they had like all these maps they brought, and obviously they keep adding new maps to the COD Mobile, but there's something about playing like the classic maps, and like the big thing is perspective. Like, one thing in mobile doesn't do well, but Warzone Mobile does well, is it, and I've said it in those videos, but it just doesn't do it makes you feel like you're playing a mobile game because the environment feels small, and it's like reinforced. But with mobile, with Warzone Mobile, like, it really does a good job of creating that console perspective that you get when you play console games. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, where you do feel small in a bigger world. Like, that's something that's really great. And then obviously, if like, you're really concerned about that, like, obviously play console games. But if you can't play console games, like, it's good to get experience that's similar. And so recently, also in Warzone Mobile, I was able to buy some packs because it does carry over. Bro, I got this Crash Bandicoot pack. I'm pretty hyped on that. Like, so when you shoot them, it's like a sniper, right? It's like XR50 or something like that. But when you shoot like the sniper, they turn into that fruit that Crash like goes for when he's like running. But yeah, it's pretty sick, man. Then like the grenade makes that like sound effect that Crash has when it's like the I don't know how to do it, but there's like a sound effect that's like I think it's when he's literally throwing something, but it makes a sound effect when he throws something, and then when you get close to smoke, you can see like an old like PlayStation 1 kind of like retro looking effect when it explodes, and it's like a little like it's a little fruit, like it's just cool. There's like an SMG with it too. Then I got this Santa Claus pack where you're, I guess it's spinning. Yeah, I still got 10 fireflies by the way. So finally on the move, but yeah. But yeah, what am I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Feeling a little tired, boys. Feeling a little tired, but yeah. Oh yeah. So the Santa Claus pack, the thing is the shit, bro. Like I really enjoy that like a ton. Yeah, there's like a naughty gun and then an ice gun. Like the naughty one turns people into coal. It's pretty sick seeing the effect, and then the nice one turns people into like glitter or whatever, and that's pretty sick too. Like, and they have their own kind of. It looks the red on it looks a little bit like orange for some reason, but yeah, regardless, it is pretty sick having like a Santa Claus kind of character in the game. It's badass. And then the other one I got was like this trippy kind of thing. I don't know, but it looked sick, dude. It I don't know, it looks cool. It's like cool like tie-dye looking pattern, and I got that. It was like for one of the machine guns and then for a shotgun, and so like having like all those gun setups and then being able to take that and carry it over into the mobile game, like bro, into Warzone mobile, like that is sick. And I think the fact that the accounts are linked and there's not really much of a difference other than like classes you create, like that is going to bring people to mobile gaming, like because it doesn't feel different. That's the biggest thing, is like people just see mobile games as a knockoff. Like I said this before, but it's so true. Like people just see, it's like, why would I play a mobile game when I could play a console game? And like the fact of the matter is, like now, bro, having 16 gigs of RAM on this beast, like bro, this makes this literally like a console or like a PC. You know what I'm saying? Like this thing's a beast, and I'm really looking forward to the RedMagic 9 Pro. I've seen spec rumors that we're gonna get 18 gigs of RAM again, and your boy is getting that 18 gigs of RAM, bro. We always gotta step it up. Maybe they'll boost it to 20. It'd be so sick to have 20 gigs of RAM. Like, what do I need it for? No crashes in the game when I'm boosting the shit out of the freaking phone, man. No, but for real, like, I think it's maybe like the Runescape app that can't handle it too. Because I don't know, the phone seems to run fine with other games when I have it maxed out like that. I don't really run into any lag issues with other games, but RuneScape seems to kind of take the hit. So it's probably RuneScape, not the phone. But bro, having like something like 18 to 20 gigs of RAM, having like a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which is coming out in the fall. We're getting closer, bro. We are in July. Like I'm looking forward to that RedMagic 9 Pro, boys. Like we're getting closer and closer. Here is where I cut off, and it logged me out or whatever. But I had to like look up what to do because I didn't realize I had to put syrup on the trees. I was like, what do I freaking do? This is like login failed, but you know, shit happens. It's fine. Yeah, it takes a few seconds. But you know what I mean. Like the game obviously isn't gonna run perfect, but it runs well. I go back and I was like, man, I have to restart this thing. Like shit. I think I am. Yeah, we are 43 minutes into this motherfucking voice thing. Oh man, I'm getting tired. Like I said earlier. You know what's weird about yawns? It's kind of random, but yawns will make other people yawn. Like if you, and it's obviously something that happens, but it's just kind of interesting to me. It's like the one thing, like if you cough, other people don't cough unless they have to cough, right? But when you yawn, like you look at, and even animals to humans, it's such a strange thing. Like think about yawning. Bro, look. I think there's disorder in the world where people constantly yawn. Like that, to me, is like so strange. I guess also talking about this and outside my RuneScape is weird to you guys too, but it's all good, right? Yeah, so I was trying to use the bucket on the tree, but I realized like that all I have to do is click the tree, and clicking the tree is what does it. So I was thinking maybe I just click the tree instead of that. If I do that, yeah. So it's kind of, yeah, there we go. So I got 1 out of 4 covered with syrup from the winch in the tree that we figured out a little late to the game, you know what I mean? And we can't keep the phone center, but that's okay too. It's fun. But yeah. But I love like, dude, I love snowy environments. Like I love feeling like cozy. You know what I'm saying? Like I love being able to go outside and experience just like cold weather and then go in and it's warm. Like there's something that's so, it's fucking magical. Like it's, sorry to use that word. So definitely a weird word, but it's true, man. Like, you know, wintertime and Christmas time, and it's my favorite time of the year, man. Like I love, like summertime's cool too, man, but I love winter, man. I love my memories with my family, you know, hanging out with my cousins and things. And, you know, Christmas time is always such a great time of year. Not everybody has like the best time of year on Christmas. So apologies, I guess, if you have not had the best time and I'm bringing up any bad memories. But for me, at least, like I had a great time during Christmas. And this thing just reinforces, like this is the cool thing about games, man. You can step into just like this different world that if your world around you is boring, you can just switch it up and play a game, and that's the thing I think people don't really understand about playing games, especially like RuneScape. You can get lost in RuneScape, man. Like I remember in high school, like I didn't have too many friends, and so I kind of just, I don't know, I'm a bit awkward for sure. In person, I remember being pretty awkward in the military. I just didn't know what to do. I was kind of nervous for everything, so yeah. But so if you're watching these and you knew me then, apologies for that. But getting a little more comfortable. But now we got some good friends and stuff, so we're feeling a little bit better in my skin. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling a little more comfortable. But yeah, but during those times, man, I would escape into video games. Like that was the one thing that I did have. Like that, it just when you find a game like RuneScape, like man, it just sucks you in. And people say it's a waste of time, but I disagree, man. Like why would I just sit here bored and just like not really, and just kind of waste my time? Like why would I do that? You know what I mean? Like I just don't see a reason for that. So yeah. But yeah, so right here, but yeah, escaping into RuneScape was always my favorite thing to do in high school, in college recently, and then college was forever ago, so probably a while ago in college, and then post college, the past 4 or 5 years or whatever. So my time in the military, like this has been something that I've really enjoyed, and I'm obviously just trying to hit these dudes, and I'm like I was thinking, man, am I gonna run out of snowballs? Because I'm not really trying to do that. But yeah. Yeah, so I was trying to hit like just a bunch of them, as you can see. But yeah, overall, this phone is I've been just thrilled about this phone, man. So if you guys are wondering what I do with my S23 Ultra, I use that as my like actual phone, just for like, getting texts and stuff, because what I like to do when I game is I don't like to be interrupted, and I don't want to have to turn on, I can turn on Do Not Disturb or whatever, but having this is just a dedicated like console is fine. But so something that the S23 has I really like is I like the adjustable haptic feedback. So like I have it on such a low setting that it feels very comfortable. This thing just kind of has like one setting for haptic feedback. It's little things like that make me want the S23 Ultra. You cannot, like I'm telling you, you can't run max RuneScape graphics on what do I call it? You can't run like the max settings on a phone with 12 gigs of RAM. So that's why I always emphasize doing 16 gigs of RAM, because you can push the device to the max settings. And like I just don't understand, like I wouldn't convince yourself that you don't need something, because really you do, man. Like, if you want the best there is to offer, you get the best specs. And obviously, like, money is a thing. So if that's too much for you, then no worries. Go for the cheaper one, I guess. Or not the cheaper one, but this one with like less RAM. But RAM is something that I really value and I think is important. And that's why I'm really looking forward to the RedMagic 9 Pro. It's going to be freaking sick, boys. In the future, around December, when I finally get that device, probably around January, we'll have like way more videos uploaded. And this video will feel pretty much ancient by that time. But it'll be nice, man. Like only dropping $800 to $900, whatever they're going to charge for it. Because I'd imagine, like, I guess, like, as new tech comes out, older tech becomes less expensive. I don't know if they had 18 gigs of RAM in the previous device. I don't know why they did 16 this time around, but bro, 16 gigs of RAM was like such a cool thing. I always talk about it, but man, it's just like such a nice thing. Like a super fast, like an octa-core processor, bro, like 16 gigs of RAM, you know what I'm saying? Are we gonna move to that Snapdragon 8 Gen 3? I don't know how well they're gonna do in terms of increasing it. Hopefully that Gigerwan guy we'll do another video on the A17 versus the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, because that was like a hot button, man. And also, if you ever have articles and stuff, you should post iPhone versus Android stuff. I might do a video on that, because that stuff just generates like so many clicks. Like this guy put why your Android phone sucks, and I was like fucking triggered, bro. I was like, shut up, dude. Like, I was so pissed. Just shut up, bro. Don't talk about Android like that, dude. Yeah, I'm like, okay, so I guess it's cool too. Like I said earlier, like we're finally at the point where we are building snowmen. You know what I mean, boys? Like that's pretty sick. Oh man. And like the thing is too, like every quest in this game feels like just completely different. You can tell the older ones, but like the newer ones, man. Like, I mean, I'm talking like the quests. Like, there's one Prince LE rescue. You have to rescue this prince by sneaking on roofs and like hopping in and like getting this person out and not getting caught by guards. Another one we have to like not get caught by guards in a museum. Like, there's random stuff, man. Like, the game's, it's like every kind of adventure or thing. Not even an adventure, just any kind of story you can imagine is packed in this game. There's hundreds of custom quests, and I think there's this guy Asmongold. Asmongold. It's your boy Asmongold, dude. What up? But yeah, like that dude is sick. I love watching his videos, and like I love the one where he plays old school RuneScape, and he's just kind of shocked because he was like a big World of Warcraft player. That's how he got huge, right? So, and he's like a big dude in that community, and he was shocked at like the depth of quests and like like the different because he was like, man, is this story like a one-off, or is there like really like the detail is so awesome. And like something that somebody said, this guy named Actman, he has a video on like why RuneScape is so great or whatever, or why people love RuneScape, and he hits the nail on the head when he says like the game doesn't take itself seriously. Like that's something that sets this game apart. It tries to have a nice setup, but you can see like, okay, so I love this quest, bro. This one is, there's a quest, it's like it's like this melanoma chick, Melonia or whatever her name is, right? It's basically like she pretends to be you, and you have to go to death, and then you have to go to his like partner or whatever, and you have to convince them that you are who you say you are, because she basically steals your identity. She makes you put on a stupid hat and drink a drink, and it shifts over your identity. And so when you say like I am this person, like you can't say who you are, because it basically convinces you, geez, my cat's hissing. It basically convinces you that like you're the other person. So your whole goal is to like go to Death's Domain, and you have to go figure that out. And like in there, you have to like cut the line. And how do you cut the line? You go and you talk to like your old adversary. So one of the quests, you have to kill Alvarag, like this dragon, and then you have to go retrieve Alvarag's treasure. And it's like, you think like, oh, it's hidden away. He's like, no, what do you like, it's just like the dragon uses like logic and reason. It's like, no, I put it in the bank account. What do you think? So you have to go get it. And it's like on the way back, there's an option to peek into the treasure, and I didn't do it. And you go back, he's like, so did you look in my treasure? You're like, no. He's like, oh, okay, but you can chop my head off, but you can't look at the treasure. He's like, strange sense of morality you have there. Like, it's like, oh yeah, and by the way, your hat looks stupid. Like there's, man, it's so funny, bro. Like you get this party hat that's like out on two angles that makes it look like horns, and every person you talk to says your hat looks stupid, or they make a comment about your hat. Like it's just like, what game has a commentary about an item you get saying like the item is stupid? Like, dude, another one is where you literally talk to the two dudes who made RuneScape. There's something Gallery Brothers or something, I don't remember their exact name, but you have to you like become like a cabbage mancer. Like you have to go and you have to get to this like purgatory place, and you have to convince a bunch of people of different. It's so in depth. Like some of these quests are so, and like just to like convince to be a cabbage mancer. I don't like what cabbage mancer. It was stupid. You know what I mean? Like it's because, and it's also because like early in the game you could pick up, and I think they just did this because it's like they picked a stupid item and went with it. You could have done tomato mancer, but cabbage is like such a random thing, right? And so, but earlier in the game when you eat cabbage, it would just say like gross, like when you eat it, or like eat a potato, yuck. Like you know, it's just like you never imagine. It's usually games just eat it and that's it. But like this game, like it literally, and also sorry about that atrocious angle, but yeah, here's where I pretty much believe that I drop off. I'm looking for like this ice bucket thing, and yeah, we're getting close to the end, boys. So really appreciate you guys, but yeah, you just have to, like, I'm telling you, if you've never played this game, bro, the quests are really fun. It's really worth it, man. This is like my favorite game of all time, and I'm kind of excited to have to do all those quests again. Like, not really for some of them, but some of them I really am. Like, I just, like, some of them are so goofy, and there's like new skill coming out, man. They got like so many, and if you're into old school RuneScape, they have I did a video on OSRS if you guys really want an OSRS video, old school RuneScape. It's like a separate, it's like 2 different servers. They have different things. They never update the graphics in there, but they just add like kind of things, because it's people who didn't like the evolution of combat update. And what that is basically, as you guys can see, when I was fighting, there's like those menus that pop up a lot like World of Warcraft, where you do like skills and they take time to recharge. Like you can do legacy only in this, but a game that's centered around like tick based stuff, and it's all tick based, but they did change the game with that, and a lot of people didn't like it, which was weird because people were already complaining about the graphics and the gameplay style anyway, and then they tried to fix it. I think that I personally like evolution of combat. I think it's fun, but there's nothing like old school RuneScape, and this is just a completely different feeling game. So if you're not into the newer one, but you like the old one, a lot of people say it's not for them, then that's like completely fine. It's for you. But if you want an OSRS video, let me know. But yeah, there's nothing like RuneScape, man. This game is like in its own category, bro. Like it's a MMO. It doesn't take itself seriously. It's really chill. Like you don't have to do anything. That's the best part. Ackman said it best, man. He said it best. He's like, you know, you can play the game, but you're not required to do anything. You could just go fucking chop wood and then log off and never play again, like which a lot of people do. Sorry, real quick, boys. My buddy in here, dude, I just like swiped through. Let's go. Ooh, let's get to the very end because holy shit, I just fucked up bad. But yeah, as time is elapsing, I'm just probably gonna end it here. But basically, my buddy's wife tried to play it and only got to 10 fishing, and that was it. And I was like, it's a wife 99. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to get. I can't even get my wife to play it because she's. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take me Tom here. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed all the commentary, everything like that. Definitely was one of my favorite games. Really appreciate the subs and everything like that. So yeah, take it easy. If you haven't subscribed, hit that sub button. Close to that 1,000 subscriber goal. We are 94 away. Crazy to think about. And after we hit that 1,000 sub, I'm gonna make it a 2,000 sub goal. Definitely a big push, but we're gonna make it. You know what I mean? Maybe push that shit to 5, because 5 is like a crazy goal, but that might take like a year and a half to 2 years, maybe 3 years, honestly. But we will see. But I feel like, I don't know, when I see somebody with 1,000 subs, I'm more willing to sub. But hopefully that carries over with your boy. But yeah, sorry for rambling, boys. Shouldn't be apologetic about myself, but whatever. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that sub button, leave comments, rate it, all that stuff. Thanks so much. Later.